Now, Moss Side Tropics basketball team has been going for 50 years and is now going to be the subject of a documentary called Rise Up.
When you're in it, you don't know any different. If you were raised around Gunsmoke and you were raised around that type of noise or that type of energy, it's part of who you are. It doesn't mean that you have to become it.
You remember the violence, even down to the schools, the youth workers, they would know, and they'd keep you off the street. Anyone could have gone any direction.
Gave me a reason and something to be part of.
We knew what was going on, and you had to make sure you survived. Basketball was the escape.
And this is happening in Moss Side, the Moss Side Tropics basketball. Going to speak to the producer of the film, Adam, in just a moment or two. But first of all, players in the team, Kieran Forsyth and Heron Palmer. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Lovely to talk to you this morning. Kieran, let me ask you, first of all, what's it like to be part of this basketball team?
Oh, it's amazing. It's more of a family. Obviously, we learn a lot from each other. And obviously we do something that we like is play basketball together.
Heron, how did you get involved in the first place?
Oh, I started playing from a young age, from when I was in primary school. And, I grew with friends that still played. And then we started playing with the team round about, when I was in college. But we played all before then, but the team really came together, as you watch the older generation, then we stepped in and form the next generation.
So in Moss Side, this basketball team, the Tropics basketball team, it's been going a long time. It's very, very well known, presumably, Heron.
Yeah, it's been around for, I want to say, 70 years.
7 years, yeah.
Around 70 years, yeah.
Kieran, tell me about Fitz, your coach, if you can. Can you what you're laughing at? Can you put into words what Fitz is like, what he's meant for you as a person growing up?
For myself, he's meant a lot because just growing up around the streets in Moss Side, just to take us off the streets and get into something constructive, as in basketball. Or being around the older generation to teach us, certain ways of life and how to respect people and things what not to do. He's meant a lot. He's always been a mentor to our generation and the older generation as well. And I think he'll continue to do that as well throughout the documentary and just throughout obviously the Moss Side Tropics as well.
Just reading about Coach Fitz, I'd really like to talk to him. Heron, he just sounds like a complete inspiration.
He is very inspirational. I mean, just as Kieran said, he's taught us a lot. He's always taught us, even while playing basketball, he's always instilled in us that it's more than basketball. What we're doing as a team, it's more than basketball. It's about, coming together, about life skills, as Kieran said, treating people right, and, camaraderie, being a family.
Yeah.
So yeah, a very big inspiration.
It's amazing. Like I say, I'd really love to talk to him. Adam Masters is the producer of this film, this documentary called Rise Up, which is being made all about the Moss Side Tropics basketball team. Good morning, Adam.
Morning.
Good morning. Why did you want to make this film?
I mean, I've always loved the game of basketball, and being from Manchester and playing a bit of the game myself when I was a lot younger. The Tropics were always this sort of legendary team where some of the best players ever to come out of the UK on any given night would turn up and play for them, guys that were playing professionally. And it's just sort of been this team that I've had this sort of interest in for a long time. And I guess being from Manchester, the perception of Moss Side's always been something. It's always been portrayed as a negative place. You hear about the crime, you hear about the gangs, the guns, and whatnot. But it's actually one of the most diverse, interesting, welcoming communities in the city. So it's kind of my fascination with Manchester and the game. It just became a bit of an obsession about spending time with these guys, and then a chance conversation with a friend of mine who I didn't realise was a documentary maker, Phil from Swish, and you know, we talked about it, and the guys had wanted to do something like this for years, and it was just the perfect storm.
When is it going to be seen or going to be finished at least?
Well, we've been filming for around 18 months now,
Yeah.
and obviously COVID kind of put everything on hold.
Yeah.
We haven't got a definite end date. With it being a documentary about, you know, sort of everyday life with these guys, there's no sort of, we want the ending to sort of come about naturally.
Yeah.
So we might film for another 6-8 months because we want to obviously get a season in for the guys.
You're waiting for the perfect ending. It's great to talk to you. Thank you so much, Adam, Kieran and Heron. And you can see more on the Moss Side Tropics on Northwest Tonight at 6:30.